Good morning, y'all. Today is November 18th, and I'm back here behind the house. You can actually see it right there. I'm literally sitting on top of my container shop, so I've got a good wind to sit here. I'm sitting here watching this corn feeder and food plot. I had a pretty good deer out there yesterday, so I say pretty good. He wasn't that great, but I'm getting desperate. So standards over here are a little bit lower than some of the other places I've been hunting. It was one of my goals to shoot a deer behind the house this year. I was thinking I was going to shoot a doe, but one of them bucks show up, he might be in trouble. I'm not quite ready to shoot a doe yet. It's still a little early, but I don't know, we'll sit here and see what shows up. Hopefully I see something. So, y'all stay tuned. What is today? November 18th. It's the afternoon. I hunted on top of my container this morning, but I'm back here at the back of the property today, hunting this real tight pinch point. It's like two field corners come together. I've got a good wind. My wind's blowing right across one of these pastures. So I feel like we got a good chance. I've had a couple bucks showing up back here. So we'll see if anything happens. Alright, y'all, that's pretty much gonna do it for this afternoon. I'm gonna leave all my stuff in the tree. And then I'll either hunt back here in the morning or again tomorrow afternoon. I feel like something's gonna come through here. It's just a matter of timing. So anyways, I'll check back whenever we're back out here. Alright, y'all, it's Sunday, November 19th. I'm back behind the house this evening. It's around 2:30. I left that set in the tree yesterday evening, and I was kind of thinking I'd hunt there this morning, or if not, then I'd hunt there this evening. But after I climbed down yesterday afternoon, I walked over here and checked the trail camera, and there was a big old scrape, fresh scrape, right in front of that camera that wasn't there when I put it there. The scrape wasn't there, I put the camera there. Anyways, there's a pretty daggum good deer on there. Been using that scrape a couple times right at dusk. As a matter of fact, I jumped a deer right in that area as I was going to check that camera. So I decided at that point that I needed to pull the set that I'd left hanging and move it closer so I could shoot that scrape. Because of that, well, not really because of it, but I decided to not hunt back here this morning. I just kind of slept in, caught up on some rest, and watched out the back window, if you want to call that hunting or not. But I did see some deer on my corn feeder. Anyways, I had lots of projects to do around the house today. I had to get my chimney swept and cleaned up, and a bunch of other just routine maintenance type stuff I typically try to do this time of year. So I got all that done. Came back out here, and I pulled this set. Moved the, 80 yards or so to where I could see the scrape and set up. And this is really a better spot. I can still see that corner I was hunting yesterday evening really well, but I can also see this other corner where that scrape is, and I can just barely make out my corn feeder back over here. So this is probably a better spot. Matter of fact, I should probably put me a permanent set right here in this tree. And I'll probably do that at some point. But anyways, back to the point. As I was setting up in this tree, there were some deer that were bedded out here from me. Not 80 yards from where I'm set up now. And when I got to the top of my platform, they blew out of here and took off. And the one in front was a doe. I never got a real good look at the second one, but I think it was a buck. So I'm wondering if that buck was bedded in here, that doe kind of locked down, breeding. But anyways, what's crazy about that deal is they weren't bedded more than 20 yards from where my set was that when I pulled it down. So they laid there the whole time. I was banging around, pulling that set down, walking back and forth between here and there, and then waited to blow out of here until I got up top of my tree and was ready to start hunting. So it just goes to show you that, deer will tolerate a lot. You can walk just a few yards from them, unless you just pretty much step on them, or they get a real good wind of you or just get spooked. I mean, they're likely just to lay there and let you walk by. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're, out scouting and you say, oh, well, I ain't no sense in hunting here because I've done scouted it today. Well, you may have walked, 10, 20 yards from a deer and it just laid there. Never felt threatening enough to get up and run away. So it may be worth going ahead and setting up and hunting that evening. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get quiet. Sit here. Hopefully see something this afternoon. Maybe some deer that blew out here will come back. I don't know. I mean, I kind of doubt it, but you never know. So I've got to work a few days this week, and then it's Thanksgiving, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but I'm going to kill deer at some point. I've got to. I think. I guess I ain't got to, but I feel like I've hunted pretty hard this year. Eventually, something's got to give. But anyways, I'll tune back in if anything happens. My set that I was hunting yesterday is just right there in that kind of that corner of one of them trees. The deer were bedded just like right there in that thick stuff. And they blew out of here. And I saw the doe. She ran back towards the house, out past my corn feeder out there. But I lost track of the second deer. I don't know where it ended up getting off to, but I didn't get a real good look at it. So. Well, y'all, that's going to pretty much do it for this hunt. I'm about to start packing up and climbing down. Didn't see any deer. So maybe after Thanksgiving.